Hari Om all. Today we will be discussing on meditation and Nididhyasa, and which is the 26th talk, and the Shariratraya. That is also being discussed in today's class. It is talk 27. So let us take the blessings of Guruji and start with the opening prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tattvadam Darshitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Narayana Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. So today's talk is about, which is really interesting, and each talk is a very interesting one. But here, at least in the talk 27, there is a practical implication of how subject-object has to be understood. So that is something that we need to know and we need to practice. So let us start with the...
ಮೇಡಮ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ಗೊಬ್ಳಿಗೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Sudhaji, is it for you also?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ನೋಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Okay. So in the 26th talk, how does Vedanta help us? Geeta ji, you can only answer.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
How does Vedanta help us? What does it do to us?
Yeah, Vedanta helps us to understand, to know actually what we are, whether we are just as a human being or something else, or a soul being, and how to find out that way towards knowing ourselves. So this way Vedanta helps us to know the true self of us.
So basically, how does it do?
There
maybe...
are processes. We have processes, as Tattvabodha, as Guruji also, in this first slide, he explained first part. 1 minute.
From where to where it deals with? From how is it made understood? From where it starts and where it leads to?
Yeah, it is a gross to subtler states of our being. So this Karana Sharira to the subtler part. Sorry, this Stula Sharira to the causal body.
Sukshma.
Sukshma Sharira. And for this, Guruji has quoted, Vedanta is like a mata. He described Vedanta as a mother. So how mother leads step by step without any pushing and all. It gives according to the understanding of that particular person or a soul, the consciousness to increase. It shows step by step. So in that process, Guruji explained that showing when the newly married couple, the groom will ask where is Arundhati Nakshatra and all to figure it out and all like that. So it is like a slow process of knowing from gross to subtler. So Vedamata teaches this way. We have three different kriyas. Okay.
Now let us take that later on. It is
Yeah,
just basically how it is taught and how it is taken. That is the only thing that I wanted to know from this, from you. Basically, as you said, gross to subtle, it is nothing but known to unknown, or ignorance to knowledge, or what we know. From there to what we don't know. That is how it is taken. The path is taken in that way. Whatever you said is the same, but to be simpler, why and how it is taught, how Vedanta deals with, how it is like from why we should we start with Tattvabodha. In Tattvabodha, how it has started, how we have come up to this level. So it is indicative that it is from unknown to known to unknown.
known to unknown. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The next question is, what is it, or what is the beauty of Vedanta? Like, how is it different? And it has its own individuality. How is it that it is taught? Sudhaji?
So Vedanta, as Prabhuji says, it doesn't tell you what to believe in or what not to believe in. It only suggests to you. And then, like you already said, it takes you from the known to the unknown by holding your hand. And with very logical reasoning, using our higher intellect, it helps us to arrive at what we are not. What we are, intellect can never help us to understand or experience. It can only help us to understand what we are not. Is that what you're looking for, Kanti?
Yes, yes. Yes, correct, Sudhaji. So it takes the attention to the self, and that is the basic thing of any of the scripture. Tattvamasi is to be understood. And that is what, as you rightly said, the beauty of Vedanta is not, there is no force of maybe some concept that you will have to believe this. You experience from the level that you are at, and you start to believe or not is left to you. So that is the independence and the freedom given here. So no concept is forced upon, thrust upon you or any of us, which makes us, oh, we will have to follow this. This must be followed. That is not told in any of these scriptures. Ritualistically, it would have come. Maybe that is culture, tradition that we are following. That is different from Vedanta. Okay. Jayashree ji?
Yes, ma'am.
What is a prakriya? And tell the three types of prakriyas.
Of course, there is Shariratraya Prakriya, Panchakosha, and Avasthatraya Prakriya. Shariratraya Prakriya is 3 bodies. Panchakosha is 5 layers or sheets, and Avasthatraya is 3 states of consciousness.
So what is a prakriya? The same thing was there in the last class also and in this class also. This talk.
That is the method in which we can understand Vedanta.
Very, very good. The systematic way of understanding Vedanta or truth.
Vedanta.
Yes, yes. What is the meaning of Vedanta? Vedanta, Gita ji.
Veda means the knowledge, the true knowledge, and that is the anta, means that is the end. So knowing the Vedanta is the end of it.
End of what?
End of knowing oneself. There is no, once we know what we are, then there is nothing left, because everything is there in that only. So no other thing is there to know after that.
Then Sudhaji, what is Nididhyasa?
So, literally, Nididhyasa translates to abiding in the self. So, just to explain what Prabhuji said, that Nididhyasa is something you do when you have understood everything and know yourself to be only the self and nothing else. There's no confusion anywhere at any point. So once you have really attained the Vedanta, Anta of the Vedas, then of course you will abide in the self and there is nothing to do more than that. So Nididhyasa is the culmination of all our sadhana.
Yes, correctly said. Jayshree ji, what is the difference between meditation and Nididhyasa?
Meditation comes first and Nididhyasa comes later. But we to attain Nididhyasa, we do meditation. But to attain Nididhyasa, we need not do meditation. We sit quietly and we abide in ourselves only, madam. Correct, huh?
Yes, it is correct.
This is the end of all mention. Nididhyasana, Nididhyasana, no?
Nididhyasa. Dhyasa.
Dhyasana. Okay, madam.
So in meditation, what do we do? You said about Nididhyasa. What do we do in meditation actually?
We try to find ourselves in meditation. But in Nididhyasa, we already find that and we sit quietly. We try to discover something. The bliss state antivala. We try to find that bliss state, but in Nididhyasa, we are only blissful. We are already blissful.
So, we are seeking bliss in meditation. We are searching for bliss.
Yes.
We want some happiness. Yes. But Nididhyasa, we have, as you said, correctly said, we have already understood what it is. We have the knowledge. We have experienced it. We will have to continue to abide in self. So that is what is Nididhyasa. So that means to say there is a strong maybe impact on us about from the Vedanta and from meditation, and that makes us to stay on, linger on to that particular state, and we can continue to be so even when we are doing all the other works, the daily routine works that we do. That is what is Nididhyasa. That is how Ramana Maharshi's self-inquiry comes into picture, and it will be very helpful in our daily routine. Because you need not have to sit in a place and do your self-inquiry. So Nididhyasana is nothing but understanding what your true nature is and who am I, and then be in that, abide in that. So as you rightly said, meditation is maybe it is calming of mind, or maybe you're searching for some to come out of some trouble and have peace of mind, all those seeking bliss. But Nididhyasana is something you have already recognized your true self, abide in that. So be silent. Automatically the mind is silent. The ego is very low.
Then, madam, one doubt. Don't you think Nididhyasa is higher than meditation? So
Yes.
we should aim at Nididhyasa rather than this Sansukar.
It's a step. First, you will do meditation, have the control of the mind, understand with the Vedanta knowledge, and whatever Guruji has told, he has told very in easy steps. So now at least if we get the confusion of what meditation is, what Nididhyasa is, then we can know the difference and we will know what we have to go in for. So we are doing meditation. Okay, that is not the end of it. So I will have to raise up to Nididhyasa, is what we learn from this talk. So the
Yes, ma'am.
difference when we come to know, we can know that what we should follow and what is a higher aim given to us.
Mm.
So meditation calms our mind, but still it starts to erupt as and when we come out of meditation.
Yes, yes.
So if at all we
That
want
is
to be,
actually many a times we do meditation with force only. We won't sit calmly and do it. ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ we do it ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
It's a routine job like any other job.
But I think Nididhyasa is more easy for us to practice. We should aim at that and practice it.
Now, when once you know the peaceful state in meditation with no mind disturbing you during meditation, if you have achieved that, it is easy to follow Nididhyasa in your routine activities.
But reaching that state in meditation is a little difficult, madam, because ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. If you are in urgent, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋದಿದೆ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ we can't sit and do it. But forcefully we make ourselves sit and do it. It will not work out. I have seen and I have experienced it. But the only thing is, I should not practice ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ by forcefully I do it sometimes. Practice ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು
What
ಅಂತ.
you can change is, for your own self, you can allot some time wherein you don't go and do something. You have something that is pending, or you'll have to hurry and leave your meditation. The timing that you choose, if it is suitable and you're calm, there is nothing more, nobody will call me or nobody will disturb me. At that particular time when you do, the mind will be very calm and it can calm down even to a greater extent.
Yes, yes, madam.
So then, after being in that, maybe even for a moment, if you are having no thoughts, it will have a greater impact. Say if it is for a longer duration, it will naturally be, it will have a still more greater impact. And Nididhyasa always, it may not be possible, but still we can have that aim. Always you are acting, you are working, your mind is also working, but still you are a witness to that. How to be a sakshi to that?
Yes.
All the thoughts that come. So that is how Nididhyasa gives you a better effect than meditation. Meditation is a lower step and a first step, wherein you're stable, your mind is stable, and then that stability is maintained and experienced by abiding in the self in Nididhyasa.
Yes,
Yes, you very well brought in the difference between meditation and Nididhyasa, because that is very much necessary for any of us. Geeta ji, what are all the three bodies that you have already told, yet I want you to tell it again?
Yes, sir. The gross body is Stula Sharira, subtle body, and the causal body.
Subtle body is called, or in Samskrita it is called?
Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira is the causal body. Subtle body is
Sukshma Sharira.
Sukshma Sharira. Yes. Sukshma Sharira, Stula Sharira, Karana Sharira. Gross body, subtle body, causal body.
So why is it that we should know about the body, Geeta ji itself?
Because we are carrying that, ma'am. First, we should know where the body, where we are in, we should know about it. Through that only we are pursuing our ultimate, what we are, the true being. To know this is required, ma'am. So studying of this body is really important.
Jayashree ji, can you tell the same question? Why should we know about body? Sudhaji, even you will be answering the same question. because that is individualistic. How we understand is more important.
Please, yes, sir. Madam, please repeat the question.
Why should we know about body?
Why should we know about that? Because we believe that the body is, I am the body, but actually I is not the body. And to know that differentiation, we should understand the three gross bodies, the three Shariratraya bodies. Yes, ma'am. Gross body, subtle body, and causal body.
Correct.
Okay.
Sudhaji.
Vedanta starts from the gross body and it is called Sthula Sarira.
That's it, Jayashriji. Sudhaji, you can tell the same thing.
Why you should know yourself as the body? Is that the question?
Why should we know about body why should Vedanta teach us about body?
Okay. Because the moment we say I, you are immediately referring to yourself as the body. Every second, except in deep sleep, you are aware that you have a body and you think that you are the body. So Vedanta has to start from what we know. What we know is that I think I am the body. So from there, it has to take us forward. And through this logical deduction that Prabhuji says, this Sariratraya Prakriya, it has to show us how we are not the body.
Correct. So all the three of you said the same thing in a different way. In your own way, you've said. Okay, everything is correct. Now, Geeta ji, what is gross body made up of?
It is made up of the Panchabhutas. The Panchabhutas are 5 elements: that earth component, fire component, water component, air and space. We are made up of this, that Sthula Sharira is made up of that.
How is a body born? How are we born? Geeta ji. Geeta ji only.
And we are born through parents.
How are parents born? It will go on and on and on.
We have born, if we talk in a Vedantic way,
it is only Vedantic way in this class.
Yeah, of course. Through sanskaras. Because of the sanskaras. The birth.
So what is samskara?
What is sanskaras? That sanskaras are the soul. In one aspect, we can say they are the soul wanted to explore certain things, wanted to experience, and in another way, it's to know the real who we are, to go to the Paramatma. So these are the two things, ma'am. The higher thing is to move to the where we have come, we have to go to the Paramatma. And the other thing is, in between, if the soul has that desire of experience certain things, relational or some kind of pains, whatever, depending on their past karma, janmas and all, that incarnating cycle where it is not fulfilled, still it want to learn. So that is also a major factor to take the birth.
Yes, what you said is correct. What now said is correct. it is basically the prarabdha karma which gives us this
Yes,
body.
that I
And
could have you. I desperately I wanted to avoid that word, but yes, that is an apt word to use actually. Yes.
why awkward?
Pardon?
You said it's awkward to use, is it?
No. I like desperately. I was avoiding that word karma. So
Oh.
instead of karmic connection, it is that we are like coming, taking the birth. We know what we are going to do, but as we enter this loka, we'll forget everything. So we will take whatever is negative is happening. That is something in a negative connotation. We understand. We don't feel this is chosen. This is a chosen life by us only. So why negative things? So in that aspect, I said just avoid it. So I use the word experience.
Madam,
Jayashree ji.
Auntie
Ah.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡೌಟು. The past karma is called prarabdha karma ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, but prarabdha karma is what we do in this birth. Sanchita karma is the past karmas we do. In this birth ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಇವಾಗಲೇ we can't take that into consideration because we take birth according to our sanchita karma only, no?
Sanchita karma, kriyamana karma, agami karma, prarabdha karma. All these are there. 4 types of karmas are there. Correct?
Karmas. Yes.
Karmas.
Yes, madam.
So it is the punya of the past life, that is the prarabdha karma, which is given us this body. The way we are is being given with the mixture of 5 elements in different form. Like Vayu, Jala, Prithvi, Agni, Akasha. All these are in different proportion to each of us.
Yes.
Right? It is not the same. Each one is not the same. Maybe same siblings or brothers or sisters. We don't look alike. We are different.
Yes. Yes.
Let alone the other families. Our own, with the single parent, the children born are different. Why? It is because of the prarabdha karma, that is the punya or the good merit that has been obtained from the past life comes to our life, this life. Maybe if we are a cow in the past life, the next life will always be the human being. Because cow doesn't require anything, it doesn't ask for anything. It gives only milk, it gives to the others. Even the plants, for that matter, there is the order of evolution is also told in very well. Like the water bodies, then the bigger animals or insects, then comes animals, the birds, and then the divine animal, that is the cow, and then comes the human beings. So that order is also there depending on our karma itself, like what we do.
Then after the human after we take the human birth, that means this cycle is over.
No, it keeps continuing. What we think we have done it correctly is from our perspective. But what actually is correct? Say, for example, I without knowing, I would have scolded somebody. But because I think I am right, I would have scolded somebody. So that karma is there for me. It has to return back to me. Maybe in this life, or it will carry on to the next life. Only when I forget and forgive that person, maybe if at all I have got some scoldings and I feel very bad for that, very hurt, that is not completed. The cycle is not, emotional cycle is not completed there. So when that hurt is there within me, that means, say, I carry on till my death, and even in the next life that I am born, that will continue. So this is the way we can understand at this level. But it is at a higher order that it works, which is beyond all this. So when you are abiding in the self, all these karma doesn't come into picture at all. because you're not thinking that you are doing something. That I is dissolved, the ego is dissolved there. So all this karma doesn't get attached to you. So that is why
Yes, yes.
self-inquiry is the highest and easiest way of abiding in the self, to reach or to have the self-realization. So why karma is brought into our life is, in this life, we should not be hurting anybody. We should not be feeling jealous of anybody. We should not treat anybody else as different or belittle them, be angry upon. We should be so good enough that we don't carry it on to the next life. That is the shamadama, titiksha, all those
Practically, is that possible, madam?
to the extent possible. That is why self-inquiry comes into picture.
Practically, it is not possible.
Correct. That is why if at all I work from the self, all these things can be, it will be really minimized. Because the ego is not there.
Yeah.
When I identify myself as I am doing this, that person is not doing it correctly, that ego comes into picture. There is a result to that action that we do. So if that person scolds us back, or say if my work is done by that person and I say it is not done correctly, then that person gets angry and he again tells me, oh, why are you shouting at me, something like that. It goes on. That's a cycle. So
Yes.
when you are working from the self, what happens is all these things, he has done it in that way. Let me do it in my own way. Let me drop all those. Let me not comment at all. We'll go to such a state wherein it doesn't raise in our head that I'll have to tell him to do it in my own way. So my way will be egoistic way. According to me, that work has to be done in this way only. But actually, in his perspective, he is correct. In my perspective, I am correct. So allow both to go parallelly. So then the resultant, that is the effect of the result of what I do. I scold him, I get back. Again, that continues, right? So it will always, any action will have a result. So that will be dropped. Basically, that is what happens when you work from self. When you're a sakshi, say you, say for example, if maybe somebody is scolded very badly, some third person, some stranger on the road, you just see that there is some quarrel, you just see that and you move off. But at home, if something is happening, we get attached to that, right? Oh, there is something, I'll have to stop them. This is not correct. Because we know happiness is what is to be achieved. Wherever we are, we seek happiness. But we are seeking happiness in the outer world, but not inside. We want everybody to be happy. Everyone to be happy, I should also be happy. In that process, we are changing so many things that we don't understand ourselves. We go outside, search for it, and we don't get it. So here karma is, even in this life, whatever I do, I will have to do it correctly so that it is not passed on to the next. Sudhaji, is body subject or object? This is something we must understand. Jayshriji, for the question, I just didn't want to say this because the question that would follow would be this. Is this body subject or object? And what is subject, what is object?
So Prabhuji has given us the explanation very clearly in a previous video also, when we were talking about Atma, Anatma, where he says Atma is the experiencer and Anatma is what is experienced. So everything that you experience is then object, and the experiencer, you, is the subject. But in all matters, like I think when Prabhuji was discussing itself, some of the students were raising the same doubt. In every other matter, you know that the object is outside of you and you are the subject. Very clearly you know that. somehow, for what, maybe because of this, like you said, evolution, how we go through different, as the plant, as the bird, as the animal, in all this journey, what happens is the soul, the Atma identifies itself with the body. And probably that is the reason why in this human life, you see everything else as the object, but never see your body as the object. You will always think of I means body, therefore this is the subject. Body is the subject for us. But Prabhuji, of course, he gave many reasonings to show us why we are not, why the body is not the subject, it is the object. Because one very important point Prabhuji clarified in this is that when you can see something, or when you can experience something, then that is not you. You can see the apple, you can experience eating the apple, therefore you are not the apple. So by that measure, you can see your body, you can feel pain in your body, you can feel hurt in your body. So by that measure, I is seeing the body, therefore body is not the subject, it is the object.
How can you relate this to your thoughts and mind?
How can you relate this to your thoughts and mind?
Body, you said, body is the physical body we can see. But what is thought and mind?
Mind also, they just as, see, the I is the ego, the self with a capital S. Okay, that attaches itself to the body and says, I am the body. That's why if anyone, when you're walking, if someone just hits you, immediately you turn back and say, how did you touch me like that? Touch me. Because the I identified itself with the body. Now, just now you gave many examples of saying that when you are working with someone and doing something and they have done it differently, then immediately your ego identifies with your mind. Your mind has all these notions. Most of them are preconceived notions. This has to be done like this. This has to be done like this. This should not be done like this. Now, if the other person is not conforming to your notions, then immediately ego and mind to get together, and there the battle begins. So it is the same thing, whether it is with the body or with the mind. Pranto, we don't even know what it is. So we go with the body and the mind. Identification of the ego with the body, which makes you believe that you are the body, and identification of the ego with the mind, which is why we get into so many ego issues when we are working or talking, or we employ other people. All this comes because of the identification.
So here Guruji's prayer, that is, Nanu nanembudu nanalla, ee deha mana buddhi nanalla, Sachidananda Atma Shiva nanani, Shivoham
Shivoham,
Shivoham.
Shivoham, Shivoham.
So Shivo Aham means I am Shiva. Satchit Ananda Atma, my Atma is Satchit Ananda, and I am Shiva. So I am not the body is given here. That means I am not the mind also. So it is inclusive. So because we can easily understand our body, mind is something, it doesn't have a definite position or organ. So that is why it is little difficult to understand at this level.
It is difficult to catch the mind actually. It needs some form of meditation also, first of all, for you to know what is your mind, where is your mind, how it is acting, how it is reacting. It takes some inner contemplation to catch your mind. And then only this next step of disassociating the I with the mind, then it will come. Of course, it's a long journey. So
I remember now when you said, Ramana Maharshi once asked the devotee, he will be having a very bad toothache. So he will ask, toothache is there in the whole day, but what happened to your toothache when you were sleeping? The same toothache will be there when you are awake, and when you are sleeping also you must have the same toothache. But how to identify the mind as an object? This is an indication. So when I am awake, the mind is active. When I'm sleeping, the mind is passive. So that means to say toothache continues or toothache will be there only with the identification of the mind. The thought tell me, the pain in the body tells me from the thought. So when the thought is not there, when I don't identify my pleasure or pain through my thoughts or mind, then I am always the self unhappy. So whatever ailment, whatever suffering I have, it is because I am thinking that it through mind.
Yeah.
So why the same suffering? Maybe I am suffering so much. God has given me so much of suffering. Why I don't feel that when I'm sleeping? The mind is not active.
Yeah.
It is only the mind which is an obstacle, which is identifying itself with the body. So I'm forgetting. I can know that Guruji has really given this very well. I can know that the objects outside, the book, the laptop, the pen, everything, the apple, the banana that he gives as example, all those are objects I can know.
Okay.
But I cannot know that
Agree
my
with your
body
body.
is not object.
Object. Because the mind catches on to the body. See, mind by itself cannot exist in creation. Mind needs a vehicle, and mind's vehicle is the body. So the mind and body are very strongly interlinked together, and then when the ego identifies with it, it becomes this whole Sudha, or some one person. It becomes that whole complex of intellect, mind, and body.
Jayashree ji, you wanted to say something?
No, madam.
Okay. So basically, with toothache, you can just remember this always. So whenever we identify, I cut when I was cutting the vegetable, I cut my finger. That will be paining till the night. Where whatever you touch, maybe with water or salt, something falls on there. You feel, oh, it is paining, it is paining. But only when the mind is active and that particular pain is felt through the thoughts, not through the body. That example, if you remember and apply it whenever you feel like, maybe in your practical daily routine, then we can identify what is self. It is easy to go in that way because from known to unknown is the path that is given by Vedanta, which is actually correct. So my experience, I can know, I understand, and then I apply it moving forward to the things that are not experienced by me. If I say, if it is told in the first class itself, you're working through Atma, you're the self, what we will never take it in at all. But here, when the examples are given in such a way that subject and object, we find everything as subjects, as objects. But I am also object. The mind should be an object. The body should be an object. Who is the subject? That consciousness, that self, that capital I. That is what is to be understood. So that differentiation is nothing but viveka. So that viveka has to come into us. So we have already seen what are all the types of vivekas that are there. So it is, see how viveka was taught, the nitya viveka, then atma viveka, all those are mithya, satya, all those we have seen earlier. That is brought in here because we know something there. We will have to apply now in a different level. So from known to unknown, it is being moved. So this is something, another example is also given by Guruji. Like, or maybe, how is it that there is nitya, anitya? Can be, Geeta ji, you can tell. Nitya, anitya, viveka. How can it be applied as subject with reference to subject and object? Geeta ji?
Yes, I don't know.
It's okay, try. It's okay. Everything will be correct only. It's not that it will be wrong. In a different way, it will be told. That's all.
Yeah. Nitya is which is the things which we are doing connected with in consultation with the soul. Okay, the true being. And Anitya is which is perishable. Okay, which will not sustain. Okay, so the worldly things, whatever we are doing, see, we are eating and we are cooking something, it will not stay. It has its own shelf life. So even this body also, relation, everything is under the sun is a perishable. That is Anitya only. So the true Nitya Satya is the Sachidananda Sarupa, the soul. This one.
Subject and object. You can just link that to this, because that is what.
Yes. It's true. Whatever we are doing with the experience of personality, like, with the ego-based personality, that comes under the object one. The things which we are doing through a soul level, like, a blissful state, that is a subjective.
So, in this discussion from the beginning, what is Anitya?
Sharira,
Sharira.
the body.
Body is Anitya.
Anitya.
And why should we understand that it is Anitya?
Pardon?
How can you understand it is Anitya? You can take it in this way. How can you know that it is Anitya?
Because it's a constant change is there. So see, body has a certain all the stages, that childhood, adulthood, like, adolescence, then adult, then old age. So it is biologically, the aging process is there, and it has got its own self life on earth. So that is Anitya.
Yes, correctly said. So this is Anitya, must be understood by us. That means because we are given the intellect, which is not there in any of the, because it is not there in any of the other species below the Homo sapiens. We are blessed with intellect because we can understand all these. So that is the greatness of being human being, born as human beings. So we must be proud of ourselves that we have done some good punya, and punya we have done, good deeds we have done. That is how we are born, and more so, we have got an enlightened guru who can guide us through this, and we have that interest. It's not the ego. We are brought in here to reach our whatever we have to reach. So that is what is the blessing that we have got, the grace that we have got. Otherwise, why will we have come here? We wouldn't have even thought that this body is different from the consciousness or the energy force that is driving us. We wouldn't have even thought of that. We wouldn't have. We would have just lived in the materialistic world. Buy something, eat something, sleep something, and go watch movie, the mall, everything. That would have been our routine.
I would like to say one point here. This is the creator Krupa, ma'am. His grace also makes us to go this way, in this path. His grace is more, it takes a first step, I feel. So through his grace only we got this path.
Without grace, we cannot reach anywhere. Even to come and attend to this class also, we need some grace. We are destined to undergo whatever has to happen will happen. We simply will have to follow without any resistance. See, some sufferings or some happy things, anything for that matter. You might fall. Simply you're walking at home only, you might fall. Right, all right, maybe a bigger one, maybe on road you might fall. Everything is destined. The only thing is openness of mind, accept everything and
Yes,
surrender to God.
acceptance. Correct.
So
Surrender.
surrendering is something that is the ultimate, wherein your ego is zero there.
True.
So whatever is happening, you are not putting your ego, I, into anything. I don't want this, I want this. Why is suffering given to us? Is for our transformation, for our improvement.
Correct.
Otherwise, we don't change. He draws us towards him. The Lord draws us towards him by giving us suffering. Because we must get out of this samsara. That is, we are caught in this maya. To get out of that, he gives us suffering so that we can understand who we are. Our true nature can be known to us.
True. True. Thank you. Nice.
Jai Shri Ji.
Yes, madam.
Atma, Anatma, Jada, Chetana. How can you tell that, and what can you explain about that?
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Atma, Anatma.
Subject and object.
Ashte.
Atma is subject, Anatma is the object. And Chetana, Jada Chetana means Satya and real and unreal.
Satya Mithya is real.
Body
and
appears and Chetana and Jada means body is Jada. That means it has movements, but Chetana is eternal.
Correct.
And
you have anything more to say?
No, madam. Clear. I am not finding correct words to explain it, but I have understood it. In a proper way, I am not able to explain it.
Now, these are all, most of them are new words to us. First, that problem comes into picture. Atma, Anatma, Jada, Chetana. What is that? All those are new. And remembering the explanation and meaning for that is another one. All these are new words for us, basically. Nitya.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Satya, Mithya. Satya we know. Mithya also we know. But in context to spirituality, Advaita Vedanta, how it has to be understood. So there we will find it difficult. Everybody will find it difficult. But still, to have those words in our mind is better. That's why it's not that you will have only the meaning. If you can take and apply it, that is more than enough. We need not have to remember Atma, Anatma, Nitya, all this you need not have to remember. What is the essence that is being told? That can be understood and applied in our life.
Okay.
Sudhaji, you can tell how these Nitya, Viveka, Atma, Anatma, Jada Chetana, and Satya Mithya. All these can help us to know subject and object.
Because, like Prabhuji says, it is not possible to remove the object and find only the subject. That is, from the body, you cannot separate the Atma and say, look, this is the Atma and I am the Atma. Such a scenario is not possible. But for human being, which is the most blessed of all the creatures on earth, we are blessed because we are given this intellect. And with this intellect, you have this logical reasoning. And through logical reasoning, you can separate the Atma out from the Anatma. And then say that I am the Atma. And that is how we can sit in meditation. And when meditation comes to us naturally, then we move into Nididhyasa. This whole thing is the process.
Yes. So these are all given so that when there is knowledge in us, this we can separate easily. There can be logical separation that who am I? Am I the body or am I the self? So that separation can be done by knowing all this. The body is always changing. If you think of all these, then the elements that are the five elements that the body is made up of is jada. It is the chetana which is giving, that is the consciousness that is making it work. Then what is Satya, what is Mithya? We have already had a long discussion with Satya Mithya in our previous classes. Satya is always real, always present. What is unreal? I am awake now, but when I sleep, I don't know anything of myself. So Satya Mithya, the waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state, if you understand that very well, that is something that is really nice. And that is how body is when I am awake, when I'm sleeping, and with dreams, and without dreams in deep sleep. So all the time is the body the same. When we think of all this, this is at the understanding level. How we have to know something that we don't know. We are still in the process of understanding all this because there is something that is driving us. So to understand that, all these are being taught. The subject object understanding, if we at least we can identify, oh, this is object, body is object, mind is object. What is subject? If we can think of that, maybe not practice it. It is very difficult. If we can, one moment, in one situation, if I think, oh, I am just the body, the mind, but I'm not the mind, I'm not the body. Who am I? I am the self. Let me not quarrel. Let me not shout at that person. Let me be calm. Who am I? It is Sat Chit Ananda, Ananda Swarupi. So, if you just remember once, then everything will subside. All these will help us to evolve. So that was the last thing that was in, I think, talk 27. In the next class, we can have 28 talk. So Sharira is gross, subtle, and causal. So it will go in depth as to how Vedanta is so profound in making us understand and follow logically whatever we feel like. Wherever we are at, to whatever level we are at, we can continue from there. Each one of us will be in a different level. So it is a common rule. From wherever you are, you can go a little up. One step by one step, we can go higher. So let us end this. And let us be grateful to Guruji for giving us and making it very simple. If at all we were supposed to read the scriptures, I don't think we would have studied Tattvabodha at all.
Yeah.
It is made so simple, and it is.
We can't understand also.
Yes.
Because you are there to explain to us, we can at least understand the matter well. Without
Guruji
a Guruji
was
also,
given
it
it
is
is
not
so
possible.
simple.
Yeah.
So we should be grateful because every 15 days we meet here and we understand, but still we forget again, come back here. The same thing. Oh, yes, all these things we must put it in daily life. We remember, we forget. We remember, we forget. So this will happen unless we are stable. So
Yes.
Nididhyasa is what we will have to continue and aim at. So our pranams to Guruji, and with that gratitude, let us end this session with the prayer. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamada Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಸತ್ಯದರ್ಶನಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪರಾತ್ ಪರಾ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಶಿವೋಸ್ಮ್ಯಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ.